Hello, I'm Bermisha Smith, and welcome to the Jewel Dropper podcast. Today, I have with me Jay Saint. Jay Saint, what's up?
Hey, hi, how's everybody doing? How you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, doing well. Good Saturdays, beautiful weather outside. I like summer, personally. I like summer. I don't like spring because I'm doing a lot of sneezing at that time, but it's pretty cool outside. It's been pretty cool. I'm not looking forward to the cold, but, you know, it is what it is.
Winter, baby, so this is my type of weather.
My birthday's coming up on the 19th.
Happy
I've
early
always, sometimes the season, I don't like it, but I love my birthday.
So what has been going on with you? Let's catch up.
Well, as of today, actually, I just did a feature for artist Will the Poet, or he go by Will Manic Beats. I just did a feature for him this morning. I think it's gonna turn out really well. I heard how it turned out. It's gonna be really good. I think people are really gonna like it. It's a song called Diary Talk. Just give him some motivation, give him some gems, and little personal life story. Kind of giving a sneak peek in what I'm gonna go into with his next projects, next songs. I'm gonna try to be a little more personal, because I can see that as something that people are sometimes interested in. You know, they want to know what have you been through, what in your music makes it relatable. So I'm gonna try to make that adjustment. It's something to build on.
That's wonderful. Well, today, guys, we're going to talk about purpose, dreams, visions, and one thing that me and Jay Saint are going to discuss is what all you need to do to prepare for your harvest season.
Okay. All right, man. This should be interesting. This should be quite interesting.
So I know for myself, I am excited about my podcast. What I have been learning is time management, and we're gonna go through things, and delayed does not mean denied. So sometimes you might be in season, sometimes you might be out of season, but while you're out of season, you should be developing and researching your background area, your fields of choice to see what all you can do to make sure that you succeed in the process and make sure that you're putting your all into it. So for you, I know you're dealing with, being a recent graduate and starting your music, really just continuing your music because you've been doing it for a while. And for me, the podcast is new. I'm having to just research different products and just figuring stuff out. And I'm so blessed that God has put many people in my life to say, hey, I think you should try this. Hey, I think you should try that. I like this outcome. And so that's where I'm at. And this is something that is so important to me. I do want to have a clean platform, and I just enjoy it. Like so far, I love the content that has been created, and it's just so much in store for me. And I'm just ready to share it with the world. And I appreciate your motivation, these last couple of days, because I told you, I shared with you that I had got discouraged because things weren't really going in the direction I wanted it to. But thank you for some redirection.
No problem, no problem. We got to do that with each other. Entrepreneurs, we're a big community, but small community when it comes to results. People that actually stay with it. Like I said, the journey is always, when you first start off, the idea is a bunch of people around, but when it's time to create and work and put your hands to the plow, the crowd get kind of small then. And sometimes it be just you. And sometimes in the beginning phases, it's just you in the beginning. And then the people come along that build upon the idea that you originated. So I just want to give you some, motivation, let you're going through the tough times to start off, but like they say, those days don't last always.
They don't. And greatness takes time. That's my favorite one.
Okay.
That's my favorite. Delayed does not mean denied, and greatness takes time. Those are my two favorites.
Those are dope though. Those are dope. That kind of sums up the journey.
Yeah.
when you climbing up the ladder. That basically describes it.
So, I told you your music, your new song, and I want you to share with the world your new song, what it's about. But I told you it gave me it's bigger than black and white vibes, and I really like it.
Okay. Okay. So I guess would you say our newest single I put out, because this song was actually on the album I put out March the 6th of this year. It's just the newest single from it. But Elevate, we just recently released a new music video about it, and it's basically, if I could sum it up, it's basically a motivational type song to help help propel our people, really. Our people meaning Black people, propel us toward building and doing for ourselves. In the same sense, it's also I wanted to use that song to highlight, the things we've been doing wrong to ourselves. That being killing each other, sometimes not respecting each other like we should, sometimes not moving the right way, sometimes falling into the trap of getting, or I would say, romanticizing our own pain. And when I say that, I mean that, being Black in America, yes, it comes with a lot of crap. It comes with a lot of trash, a lot of pain. It comes with a lot of pain. But in the same sense, I don't want us to start romanticizing that pain, where it becomes like we start liking it, or toxic behaviors that we celebrate. I don't want it to be that way, because we have to normalize moving towards a more progressive way, moving towards building for ourselves. They're the fact that we have things that's wrong in the Black community shouldn't get normalized. We should always put the pressure on to make those things better that aren't as well. And I wanted to use a song to speak out to about. I'm not gonna say Black on Black crime, because people that live next to each other, you typically are gonna have crime in the close proximity of the area. Who you around, that's probably where it's gonna go off. But so we're not gonna make that a Black thing. Just I wanted to respond to sometimes you could say the perpetuation of white supremacy that we tend to have with each other. And what I mean that is, we already know what we're dealing with in society in America living here. It doesn't help our cause if we are making each other our own enemy. Right. You're Black, the Black woman and the Black man, those are the two biggest allies to you. And they should be treated as such. Now, of course, we know all of our brothers and sisters aren't, some of them not there yet in the mindset. Some of them not there yet in the mindset. And I was just telling my partner, Scott Lewis, shout out to him. I was just telling him that not too long ago. I think we have to be the ones that are kind of on it and know what mindset we need to going forward for our community. We're going to have to kind of be the spearheaders in listening to the ones that might not be there yet. Listening and being loving and understanding, and sometimes respectfully disagreeing, but not like trying to cancel or knock somebody off. Like, that's not necessary. I think the problem is we're not having enough conversation. We're having just too much well, you think this, I think that, fine, bye, go. I think we need to, okay, let's figure out why we think this way. Let's kind of work the kinks out. I don't think there's enough of us doing that, but slowly but surely we're hitting on the plow. I mean, with the stuff that happened with the presidential election, I really saw that a lot. It's a lot of division even in the Black community. And that's fine. No one's gonna think monolithic. Black people are not monolithic. We don't think the same uniform way. I think we do have to find a common purpose, a common drive, a common goal that we're going for. And that is, I believe, at the heart of every Black person that has something to say about what's going on right now. I think all of us really just want our people to be in a better state. Yeah. We just want them to just be in a better position. I think that's really what we really want. We just don't say it the same way. That's really it.
I think sometimes people, okay, as far as the pain piece go, like me, some of the stuff that I've experienced just from transitioning from a teen to a young adult, that mindset of I had to do it, you should be able to do it too, or you know, you can do it, suck it up. Like, well, if you did it and you know how it felt, why are you acting that way? That'd be my thing. It'd be principle for me. If you know how something feels, if you could prevent another person from going into that direction, why wouldn't you? Why is the bitterness just so hard, just still on your chest that you're gonna let it transpire to a person that maybe was put in your way for you to be a blessing and say, hold up, just wait.
Yeah, I think that comes with maturity. That comes with maturity. Like you said, you went through it, and the difference is you learn from it.
Right.
So, some of us have to start learning from our own mistakes.
What do you think it would take for some people to learn from their mistakes outside of the accountability piece?
I think whether you learn or not, sad to say, well, I won't even say sad to say, just the reality, whether you learn or not, it's really on you. That's really an option. You can choose to keep knocking your head on the same thing, keep going over and over and over, or you can choose to look at what you're going through and actually take it in for what it is.
Right.
I think a lot of us spend too much time trying to escape our problems than dealing with them because it's easier to do that. Like I think a lot of people, like, I'm not down on nobody when I say this. I think a lot of people people that maybe drink a lot or smoke a lot, I think a lot of them really don't want to do that. They just don't want to deal with the mental anguish or the the thoughts they have to deal with the things that's happened to them, things the traumatic experiences they've had, bad decisions they made, or just want to, or the weird emotions they might have. Most of them really don't want to try. Most of them really don't want to do that, but they do that to kind of like, let me just escape it for 30 minutes, or just like, I need just 2 hours. Can I get some peace and quiet? And I think that comes with a sober mind. That comes with time. You gotta be willing to want to deal with the hard stuff. But some of that, when you want to deal with it, it's not the easiest. It's not the easiest. I try to do what I can to offer a soundtrack for that. Like, give a backdrop to when you're thinking about it. At least, okay, this is something I can listen to kind of lead me in a good way. And I don't have all the answers either. I'm not gonna act like I have all the answers to the world's problems.
Right.
But I just offer a perspective. I just offer a perspective and what I've learned so far to this point. 'Cause I'm still learning my doggone self. I'm still dealing with stuff in my own mind and my own thoughts. I'm more reserved. I don't always tell everybody what I'm thinking.
You
I
always
say that.
reserved though.
Oh, thank you. I mean, because I think that's what's wrong with this generation. We know too much. We know way too much of each other's business.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the problem too. We know way too much of each other's business. I think we don't keep enough stuff to ourselves.
Compared to the older generation where you ain't finna know nothing, like.
Yeah. Yes. Like I think is some of the problem.
But
we share.
Last year, this year, really point blank period, I have gotten so much accomplished, not saying anything. Like, now people like, oh, I didn't know you did this, or I didn't know you did that, I didn't know you had this, I didn't know you had that. And it's just like, if you went in the need to know of the vision, the process, because you just didn't have to be in it, then maybe just one of your seasons to know. Like it don't even be anything on purpose. It just whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I learned that everything just has a time and a season. Like literally last year, I spent most of last year building for everything that's happening this year.
Me too.
So you're right. Seasons change, seasons progress. Literally today, after doing that feature verse from my boy Wayne, I'm actually I said, okay, that was the last thing on my list I had to do for somebody else. Now I'm back to my personal list, and I'm about to actually get to work on my next project, and I'm calling it Man Child.
Man, child.
Yeah,
Explain.
it's
Like,
now it's just my idea for right now. I don't know if it's gonna change eventually, but Man Child, I want it's a perspective that we have Black men that are males when it comes to age, but children when it comes to inside themselves and in their mind. This is not to degrade Black men, but it's to explain a philosophy that sometimes you can have a Black man that's 32 but still thinks like he's 12.
well, it's a term for that. I can't think of what it's called right at this time, but basically, all it is that at some point in their younger age, they've been wounded and they haven't been able to, develop further from that point. And sometimes they say like if a person gets incarcerated as a juvie or as a young adult, when they get out, they're still that same age because it's like their life was put on pause at that age. And so over here, they one way, but developmentally, they're not. So
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that in my next project when it comes to Black men us sometimes making mistakes on the roads of learning life. I want to talk about the adolescence, but I also want to talk about the ones that are my age that we might have inherited some bad behaviors. We might have we in the mental state too because I think a lot of it's going to be semi autobiographical. Thing about my life is I didn't go through as much situations as the next man. However, I had plenty of associates and friends that did. So I'm just gonna use the situations that I was privy to, pull from those, and try to have it to help some young men and men my age, maybe older, never know. Um, help them kind of reset their mindset and get in the right position going forward. I think the problem is I definitely understand our sisters go through a lot. I'm not gonna never, I might have been a little oblivious or like a little shut offish or didn't think it was really something at one point. But I definitely been educated. Shout out to my girlfriend, Alexandria. She definitely made me very aware of what Black women go through, and I understand it way more. And so I want to definitely first say I definitely support our sisters, and and I pray that we do better by y'all. I just think also too, Black men. My girlfriend said something to me that really made me like, wow. She said that one time she thought Black men, I mean men, I want to say Black men typically didn't even have emotions like that. And then I think it took her seeing me shed tears one time just from the pressure of like life and stuff I was going through. Most of the time I really don't react like that. I
how do
internalize
you
it.
feel as a how do you feel as a Black man? Or how do you feel as a man in general? Like how do you really feel? Like is it intimidating? Is it okay? Like what is it?
And sometimes it's an uphill battle because no, I'm not gonna act like I think all day about cops want to kill me. I don't wake up thinking about that. I don't think about that. I mean, I wake up knowing I live in a society that doesn't want to see me win, but they can't stop me either. My biggest enemy is myself. Um, I look at my life as Okay, I come from a history that, you know, was pretty tough. Pretty tough for men like me. And in the future, they would like to keep me in that same position, but this is where that ends. It ends with me, and we go in a new direction. Um,
How do you feel in the workplace as a man? Un-
um, hmm,
Is it motivating? Do you feel?
you know, not that much. That's why I think that being an entrepreneur is very important, especially for Black men, because I can tell the dominant society, they do not want to really see as many Black men masculine. They don't want to see as many masculine Black men in positions of power. That's very threatening. I say threatening. It's very threatening sometimes. It's threatening sometimes. They, you know it when they talk to you a certain way. I'm not. This is not any negative attention towards sisters, but I would like for our sisters to pay more attention to how they're elevated versus other Black men that might have the same credentials, not not on a step lower. Pay attention to how brothers that have the same credentials as you are treated in comparison to you. And a lot of times they'll go with a different choice if all right, this is less threatening or this is less going to shake the boat. So sometimes they do that. Sometimes they very much do that. And at the workplace, the past jobs I've had, like I said, it took me working a little bit after I got out of college to realize, yeah, I don't like working for anybody. I don't. I don't like doing it. So that's what made me kind of crank up working on my business and my ventures and getting moving on my music. And, I got to deal with it right now. I work a regular job as well, but I know it's on me to use that time when I get home to be productive. That way, one day I can literally say, I'm done punching the clock. I'm good.
That's a huge challenge for myself, working and then trying to be a business owner. And it's for me, it's the time. Cause I'm like, I gotta go hit the clock for 8 hours and do what I gotta do. I don't mind doing that at all. It's just
Yeah, it
time
comes with it.
when you go to the workplace, it's really mind over matter. You have all this stuff you gotta remember at work, gotta do all these people, da 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 da. Then when you get home, car ride. If you got kids, you gotta go pick up your kids, and then you have to just so you can be 100% in that area. And then once you get home, you still have home to take care of. Then you got you to take care of, and you got your business to take care of. So I want to say that right now, I am removing what feels like a stumbling block, and I'm like, okay, put it to the side. And I came up with a plan to just create movement blocks for myself. Okay. What you gonna do between this and that time? What you gonna do after you get done with your schoolwork? What can you do while the baby down, taking a nap? What can you do? Who can you call for backup? And so far, I like where I'm at. I like it so far. And then, as far as being a woman in the workplace, um, I feel like it's equally as hard for a woman in the workplace because especially if you're a young woman in the workplace and you are in a position to climb the ladder, they want you here. And it's to me, it's never a race thing. It could be your own cover. Like they don't want you to know more than you should know because they're like, okay, well, this person already came with post-secondary education. Maybe this person gonna get more education. This person quick on their feet, or this person know how to do this a different way and be done in half time. And then you might be privy to understanding technology better. So it's just like,
Yeah,
work with me, not against me. I'm not coming for you. I'm just trying to learn because chances are this is not the only area I intend, to hone my skills in. And I'm a
yeah,
learner. I love to, just learn.
yeah, yeah. I think those are the most dangerous people, the ones that actually like learning because they end up becoming masters of the craft.
Yeah.
I think I think that's what's gonna make you great, and I think that's what's gonna make me great. I'm not even trying to toot my own horn, but I'm not. I'm really not trying to, but I know I pay attention to detail a little different than most artists. So the stuff that I listen for, they'll see. You know, they'll see it eventually. I'm a detail freak, literally. Pictures, music, all that. It'd
Yeah.
be the smallest thing. I'd be like, fix that.
That's how I am as a photographer. Like, bro, as a photographer, I'm like, hold on, wait, now go make some adjustments. And they were like, I see why you be doing it. I said, because if you go ahead and snap it, when I give you your pictures back, you're going to say, well, why you ain't tell me to do this? I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I'm going to tell you.
Exactly.
And then that's another thing, just when you're great in two different areas, like I'm just starting out with this podcast thing, but you can't tell me that I'm not great already because I know what type of content I will be producing. I know what type of people will grace this platform. So it's just like, oh man, don't look at just the first two people who are great people, by the way. You gotta think future. And I'm just like, man,
Yeah.
even taking pictures. What I love about photography, I love to make other people happy, just to help other people in ways that I know I can do it without, it affecting me. And even having to put that to the side, sometimes I'm just like, okay, it's for the greater. I know how to do this. I gotta move over here, even doing hair. Like, I had stopped doing hair for a good minute. When I tell you I stopped doing hair because my hands had gotten weakened when I got pregnant. For some reason, they just go numb as I braided. But now it has came back, and people like, you want to start doing hair yet? And I'm like, not yet, because
Get that hustle back up.
I
Gotta get it
mean,
back up.
man, I did like 3 heads lately. But I was just like, okay, you know what? You go to work, make this money. You do have some time, make this money. Invest in podcast equipment. Like, I'm just, yeah. And the crazy part about it, what people don't even know about me, when I started taking my breaks with photography, I never stopped buying equipment. I just think long term, and I ain't I'm not a hoarder, but what I do is something that I know is of use, of value. I'm gonna make sure that I got it right here, and for me, that made me feel good, and I just can't wait to like show my child how to use this stuff and say, hey, I can't do this right now because mama want to focus on this. But if this something you interested in, just because you're young, does not mean that you cannot capitalize over here. Because if you want to do that, baby, tell mommy, mom gonna make it happen.
Yeah, you invest in early. I think that's one. I think that's if I could second that, that's one thing about my parents that I'm very happy for. My parents very early invested in my creative mind. My mother read to me very young. She even read to me while I was in the embryo. She read to me from as little as that. Yeah, I mean the effects of that. Actually, I noticed when I mean, she said when I was a baby, I used to love to be read to. Uh, like I would be staring like I really was listening, and literally, I love to this day. I have a love for books. I have a own personal library. It's
I
yeah,
actually thought you were gonna do film though, because in college when I had got on that project with y'all that I still watch to this day, I knew you want to do music. All y'all pretty much want to do music, photography, just mess
Mm-hmm.
on period. But I thought that I could see you as a future Spike Lee too.
Yeah, that's part of the plan. Oh, don't worry, don't worry.
Cause you
We're going,
look
we're
the
going back
way
to that.
let me tell you, the way we all put our little class schedules to the side, we meet up, go to one location to the next location, have to go to the evening class, what it was, 5:15 to 7:45, go shower real quick, change clothes. I'm like, okay, I can do that. But sleep though, I did not major in what you guys majored in, but
I know.
I did not because it's something that I know I could do naturally. And if, one of my friends like you or if Trav or if Greg say, hey, will you help me with this? I'm going to do
Just
it. So
step on.
I just had
Yeah.
to go to school for what I had to go to school for because
Yeah.
think about it, when you know people in other areas, that networking make the dream work. And people say, I never find nobody to network with. But you gotta realize that all the time you're not gonna be in season to network with these people who be in your face because most times people say, no, he's just a square. No, she don't like to do nothing. But no, these are those people that you sit there and overlook and he's like, well, Dad, I ain't know she was gonna do all this. I ain't know you gonna do all this. Like, look at
Yeah,
it.
we gotta change. We gotta change that. We gotta stop looking at where people are right now. You gotta look
I
at
don't
what the
like that people do it though because
yeah.
you miss so many blessings, you miss so many opportunities, and then when somebody brings that up as a point, they say, "Oh well, it was meant it would have happened." No, you fumbled your ball. You
Yeah.
fumbled your ball. That's what you did. Admit it. You fumbled your ball. You missed.
Mm-hmm.
And it does not mean that you can't humble yourself and come back later and say, hey, you know what, back then, maybe it would have been nice if we could have, did this or linked up for that. But, you know, that's one thing in the culture that I want people to stop holding on to all the stuff that didn't happen because you messed it up and just go ahead and be grown man, grown woman and put it to the side and like the people who you're meant to like.
Yeah.
You disliking people for what?
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Trust me, we will be visiting actually me and Scott Lewis, you know him as Jamel.
Yeah.
Um we actually started a film and production company. So we have some things in the works. FLM Productions. You can actually go on the Instagram and find that FLM Productions LLC. You can find us there. It's in the beginning stages. We haven't put anything out yet, but that's going to be with photography, the films. We actually work on a podcast very soon, so I might
I'm
be joining on.
excited. I'm excited about that because I'm going to tune in. And that's one thing about me too. Just because I'm starting my own podcast, it does not mean that I'm not gonna watch any of my friends' podcasts or any strangers' podcasts, because yes I am.
Oh yeah, me love.
Everybody.
I love it. Yeah, like I like listening to everybody other stuff in the car. I
Yeah.
love being in the car, just listening to either other people music, podcasts, whatever. I like doing that. My car time is my time to listen to everybody's stuff.
Right.
So yeah, just stay tuned. We're gonna have more for you on that. Oh yeah, but yeah, don't worry. I know you remember the film me. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We're gonna be back in that
I
bag.
can I cannot wait. And y'all see me raising my hand, pick me. Pick me to be in the next film, okay?
Okay. All right. All right.
And
We're gonna all right, we get you a call if you're ready.
yes, because I'll be robbing all over again. Because that was fun. But yeah, you guys, as you can see, I'm just so excited about this podcasting journey, and I love conversation. I can talk to pretty much anybody, and I love to talk about positivity. So you do not forget to follow I am Jay Saint on Instagram, or you could go to YouTube and put in J. Saint, and you will find all of his content there. And on YouTube, you can find my content. at the Jewel Dropper Podcast. So thank you guys for tuning in with us. Is there anything else you would like to say, Jay Saint?
Only thing I'll say is Intro to Soul Rap, my debut album. Please go check it out. It's everywhere. It's on YouTube for free. It's on SoundCloud for free. If you have a music streaming service that you use, it's on there too. Just check it out. I really put a lot of heart and soul into it. I hope it holds y'all over until I got some new music. I'm actually working a lot of work on that now. So thank you so much, and you got to give me a review of the album too.
And I
You owe
am
me a
gonna
review.
give. Well, anytime I share a heart, if I share your stuff, I really love your stuff. Like for
Okay.
real. Because
All right.
I even told some people about it. I said, you know what? I've known this guy for a while as a classmate, and I said, I've been waiting to see my other classmates just promote their material, and it's great material, especially during what we have going on. Everybody, for the most part, got out to vote, and just your intro to soul, that whole album is dope. So I'm just excited for other people to be able to listen to it as I listen to it myself.
All right. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Intro to Soul Rap out now. Thank you so much, and I'm looking forward. We're gonna run this back one day. We'll be in a bigger. I'm pretty sure I probably see a studio behind you. You
Yep.
have a mic, headphones. So I can already see like how
You
it's
see
gonna
the
progress.
vision.
Yeah, I think this. I'm telling you, next time you get on, we're gonna be like, dang, we done came up, man.
Because I'm actually ordering the big old banner with my logo on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I say either I'm gonna do that or maybe I'm gonna put the logo in one of those gigantic picture frames and put it behind me. But again, I ordered photography backdrop stuff, so I don't know how I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. But I got the idea and it's up there.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
So I appreciate you for sharing with me. Thank you, and we will see you soon.
Thank you. You take care.
You too. Peace.